Hello everybody, this is White Wolf, and I just wanted to get on here this morning, another impromptu. Everything I do is an impromptu, it seems like. But I wanted to talk about everybody having a prophetic nature of their reality, understanding that they're living a prophecy and that the prophecy has been set for them, but they're able to change the narrative of that prophecy and tapping into a more high vibratory reality and understanding that by living this prophecy, we are prophets of God's source energy. We are prophets that are the chosen, but understanding that we're here to lead a nation of prophets that are aligning to their psychic abilities and also wanting to bring greater awareness, greater healing about this earth plane, and just making sure that the volume is all the way up. And I hope everybody can hear me. I hope you're having a great morning. And also I believe that there will be a healing meditation as well. So what I want everybody to understand is that we are living by divine obedience, we're living by divine orchestration, and we're also leading by the manifestation that we're here to lead within our lifetime. And that we're generating an absolute reality that is allowing the universe to come into more unity, to come into more health, to come into more vibrancy, and to realize that it's just not about just the physical, but it's about the non-physical, but it's about tapping truthfully into oneness. So allowing ourselves to tap into oneness and allowing ourselves to see that oneness and allowing ourselves to follow that breadcrumb trail of excitement, which leads to empowerment. And truthfully empowering ourselves and our psyche, and also just aligning our emotions, our thoughts, our vibrations, and our divine sentience. So when we do this, we allow ourselves to follow this transcendence that is here, that is now, that is present, and allows us to be present to that current vibration. And it allows us to understand that we can have favor within the storm and that everything is rigged in our favor. So if everything is rigged in our favor as a way of generating energy, as a way of generating a prophetic nature and understanding the prophetic messages and the prophetic visions that we have in this lifetime. So a lot of times we have open-eyed visions, we have prophetic messages, and we have prophetic words spoken over our lives, but we're able to alter those prophetic words and those timelines and those parallel realities and just tapping into more deep understanding of self. So understanding yourself and accepting yourself is able to control yourself and to control how you feel about reality, how you receive reality, and how you just wake up in the morning with the notion that you're here to live and you're here to expand and that you're here to exist and you're here to give a part of yourself to the greater communion of awakening and understanding that prophets of consciousness, meaning everybody is conscious and everybody has their own way of living out their prophecy. You could be a news anchor, you could be a scientist, you could be a very anointed pastor. So a lot of us feel as if we think it's just one way. We think it's just the light workers, but it's all of us. All of us are anointed in our own way, and I don't want to feel like everybody is left out, but I want everybody to feel included because I truthfully believe in my heart of hearts that all paths lead to God. And that if you're doing something in a great way to impact the world in a positive way, in an empowering way, and you're just giving that love and giving that light and representing and giving off that alliance to who you are and giving off that alignment and giving off that aura that allows people to see you through the eyes of God, sees you through a different lens of perception, and allows you to understand that you're seeing through the eyes of God. And now you're allowing yourself to see everything as a representation and a manifestation of God, as the world at large, because we are the universe. So we have to see everything as God. We have to see everything as the manifestation of life, the appearance of light, because light generates the appearance of everything. It is the generation of energy. So, because a lot of us feel we've had generational patterns, we've had traditional patterns, we've had relationship patterns, and just allowing patterns, new patterns to be implemented in new vibrations and new ways of meditating and receiving and healing. And as we become more adaptable to our vibration, to our enlightened journey, when we allow ourselves to adapt to the vibration and emanate that resonance, emanate that light, that aura, and once we become ongoing and continuous and we allow everything to unfold as it should, and we don't force it or restrict the flow of that energy because we are the prophets of consciousness. So even actors can be prophets, even politicians can be prophets, even pastors are prophets. There are actual Christian prophets. So it doesn't matter if you're clairvoyancy, Reiki master, anything of that nature. Everybody is essential, and you're a part of this growing puzzle piece of the universe. So I want you guys to understand that nobody's exempt and nobody's left out. But everybody is meant to resonate with what they're supposed to resonate with. Not everybody is supposed to resonate with me. Not everybody is supposed to resonate with what I say. So for the people who do resonate and that they do receive and it really blesses them and empowers them, that's my job at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, if I do that, then I have done my job in a sense. So it's just answering the call. It's answering the vibration. It's doing what you're called to do. And also when spirit just moves on your behalf and you listen to those whispers of spirit and you listen to those, like I said, prophetic messages, and you allow yourself to go with that divine obedience and that power that allows you to shift into the vibration that you want to shift into. And that you don't have to act like anybody else, because all you're doing is accentuating your energy. You're accentuating that vibration, and you're making it have more of an impact and more of a cryptic meaning, because we understand that we are cryptic in a sense. So everything is cryptic. Everything that we go through in our journey, rather it's catalysts, circumstances, experiences, different states of consciousness, everything is cryptic, and it's just looking past it and seeing past the illusion of it and allowing the calm and the awakening and the aliveness to re-energize and recalibrate everything within your known reality. So you're making the most of every experience when you understand this prophecy that you're living. And when you would read about stuff like in the Bible or about Zeus or anything of that nature, it allows you to see that everything has a spiritual origin, everything has significance, everything has depth, everything has meaning, everything is cryptic. So we allow ourselves to get unstuck by feeling into the ways of the Spirit, the truth of the Spirit, and aligning our voice with that Spirit. And we realize that we're right on time. To feel unstuck is to know that you're right on time, you're doing everything that you can do at this exact moment, and there's no use in beating ourselves up. So, in a sense, we understand that we're aligning to this prophetic nature, and we're aligning to this energy and this vibration and this oneness that allows us to be absolute in every aspect of reality and every aspect of doing something. It could be doing chores around your house, in a sense. You can make doing chores around your house a spiritual experience. You have to make everything and accentuate everything that you're doing. Rather it's small, rather it's minute, because we're here to plant seeds onto this earth plane. So since we're planting seeds onto this earth plane, what we're doing is that we're giving that message, and then once we give messages and once we're of service to people, we're always on to the next person, because then we're teaching to other people on and on. So if some people say, oh, you were talking about like the same thing this day or that day, it might be the same message, but it's always a different sentiment, and it's always going to someone else. So understanding that when we're teaching and we're allowing ourselves to be more prosperous and taking on more leaderships, and when we go with this leadership, we allow ourselves to direct in such a way as the conductor of energy, as the director of our life, because we're producing the movie, the soundtrack, and everything that comes with the whole package, in a sense. So we allow ourselves to be the orchestration of the divine. We allow the divine. We allow the appearances, and we allow the flow of energy. So when things are not in flow, it's always a big no-no. That's one thing I've always said in my life, is that when I started this path with my girlfriend 3 years ago, when it's not in flow, it doesn't feel good. When it's not in flow, And one thing that I'm going to stop doing is that I don't feel like my blessing is doing live readings and healings anymore, because I've never experienced such hate and disdain and disrespect in all my life, and people coming at me online, and I feel more of a blessing doing what I'm doing right here, right now, because I feel like I can voice what I need to voice, and that people want to ask questions on the live feed, I'll be glad to answer them. And really doing what feels right within your heart. Because, and it's not dwelling within right or wrong, but when you know something feels very good, or it feels very beautiful, and it feels truthfully aligned, and you just go with it, and you absolutely feel that that's the next course of action. So it's like in any situation that you're in any type of job or relationship, or family patterns or past lifetime patterns that you need to ditch and that you need to get rid of, just say that you are done and place your desired reality in the present. So always say that you're absolutely done with something, and then place that desired reality in the present, because now you're not lingering in the past, and you're not lingering in the future, waiting on the future, but you can just say it is done, and everything that I've ever wanted will come to me, and everything that I've ever wanted to do in this life will come to me and manifest itself and grow and change and become interconnected and interwoven with what I'm supposed to do on this earth plane. So just do that and follow that, and don't regret anything, because truth will allow yourself to be set free. The truth will always set you free, and truth always stands. And authority allows you to grow with that growing power of you becoming that prophet of consciousness. So we're going to do a little healing meditation. So if you want to come onto this feed and you like a meditation, a healing meditation, and understanding like, oh, I'm getting mixed messages, or like I don't know what's going on in my life. And also I have 2 links here that I have a $50 special for readings, healings, activation codes, downloads. So in the comment section, I have readings, healings, and activations for $50 for 1-hour appointments. So if you hear tapping onto the screen, that is what is going on. So we're going to do a healing meditation right at this moment. So give me a moment to do these links. And if anybody is interested, you can message me. And also find all my other channels and things of that nature. Find White Wolf the Oracle Love Light and Wisdom on YouTube, BitChute White Wolf the Oracle 23 _ @ symbol, Instagram White Wolf 4741, and obviously you see that I'm on TikTok. So, but allow ourselves to do this healing meditation, accept this healing meditation, and also just be free to release and to be sensitive and to allow you becoming the prophet of consciousness to be sincere, to be a good experience, and to understand that the leadership and the integrity and the path that you're on, and that you're right on time, you're right on schedule, and nothing is going to prohibit you from doing what you need to do within your life and becoming truthfully powerful and aligned to that vibration, to that truth, to that ecstasy that is present, that is here, that is now. And know that you are forever now. You are ever changing. You are ever growing. And you are that little mustard seed that grew into a beautiful oak tree or cedar tree or whatever tree you want to be, in a sense. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be specific, but it just has to be something that blesses you. It has to be something that really makes you filled with love, filled with resonance, filled with the truth of the Spirit, the essence of the Spirit, the mind and the body and the Spirit realized, and also emulating that blessing and accepting that blessing. And when you allow yourself to do this, it will be very powerful. I don't know if you can hear any birds or if the headphones have reduced the noise or whatever. So allow yourself to take a big deep breath. Exhale. And don't be afraid of your anointing. Don't be afraid of your gifts. Just know that you're here to make an impact. And with making an impact and following that anointing, you will, in a sense, step on a lot of toes. You will, in a sense, trigger a lot of others. And you will also be looked at in a negative light. But that doesn't mean that that is the direct perception of who you are. Because you know who you are, and God's source energy knows who you are and what you're vibrating as. So you have to leave it up to God. You have to leave it up to source. You have to leave it up to the divine to allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to be empty, to be cleared, and to understand that you have to let the divine do its work at the end of the day. You have to let the divine work on your behalf, in a sense. So let the divine work on your behalf, and the rest is history. The rest is a piece of cake. The rest is easy. The rest is just fine. Because you're letting go of any allegiances, any dark forces, any distortions, and also just leaving it up to God. And you just put everything that you want in a ball of energy and you send it back to the sun. And you place everything that you want in the vortex. And then since it's in the vortex, now that infinite reality, which is you, can be absolute once again. Let your light shine. Shine in the light. And know that we are the grid workers, the light bearers, and the prophets of the Lord. And you're here to live a prophecy. You're here to live your anointing. You're here to live your life as the example of God. And you are God channeled in the human body with the help and the assistance of your higher self. Allow yourself to be that cosmic abundance that generates its own quantum mechanics, that allows you to start quantum jumping and making great quantum leaps within your journey, and allow yourself to be comfortable with accelerating, to stay within the stretching zone instead of the comfort zone, and allow yourself to keep stretching yourself out and expanding yourself and tapping more into the heart and tapping more into the truth of what it is. Instead of focusing on what is, instead focus on what it could be. It's cosmological law to know that everybody is their own free entity, that you are your own free energy, you are your own electromagnetic kinetic source field, and you are your own individuated creation. So allow the will of that power to be free, and allow the freedom to allow you to have free will over your thoughts, over your emotions, over your sensations, over how your life wants to play out. That you finally get a say. You finally have the final say, in a sense. Because there's many names of God. And no, I'm not a Christian, but like Jehovah Jireh is the Lord our provider, right? So, in a sense, you can say that I am provided for, that I am safe, that I am secure, that I live in the safety and the security of God's source energy. and that I'm not afraid of uncharted waters. I'm not afraid of the storm because I am the eye of the hurricane. And I wear a wristband around my wrist that says, when fate whispers to the warrior that your fate is sealed, the warrior whispers back to fate that my destiny is not sealed, that it is not determined by unconsciousness, that it's not determined by what people say, but it's determined by what the source of all things says. Fate whispers to the warrior about the storm. And then the warrior says back to fate that I am the storm. So you are the eye of the hurricane, in a sense. So be the calm before the storm. And you're here to live your light-bodied fantasy. Allow your life to be a life of luxury, but living it in an imaginative and fun-loving way by using it as a way of generating your own heaven, which is your fantasy. Everybody take a deep breath. And as this healing and as this healing and as this healing did it pause me the entire time? Did it pause me the entire time? Oh, man. So did it pause me the entire time, people? Can someone let me know if it paused me the entire time? Ah, that was so good, too. Man. Oh, well. Oh, well. Well, that was my live. Thank you guys so much. I probably did not be able to deliver that message because it was probably paused. My deepest apologies. But thank you guys so much. And this is White Wolf. Thank you. Signing off, and so it is.